but I'm logging in
Yeah,
with another
recording is
account.
started. Recording started.
Super. So now, after talking with our guests and having some great energy, let's give the control to our Toastmaster of the day. Let him take us in this journey. Oh my God, what a wild Toastmaster of the day. Help me welcome Alan Paul.
Thank you, President Buffer. I'm here trying to be serious, but it's very hard to keep a serious face in Laugh Out Loud Toastmasters. So, welcome, howdy, Toastmasters, guests, sheriffs, and bandits. Welcome to another exciting meeting of Laugh Out Loud Toastmasters. Can you all unmute yourself and let's all do a hee-haw?
Yeehaw!
Love the energy. Today, wow, I'm not good with a toothpick at all. Today, I will be a narrator, and you might have heard many stories, a lot of wild stories about how dangerous the West was. But in this town of Laugh Out Loud, we only have funny stories. Stories that will make you laugh like a maniac. Yeehaw! When I say yeehaw, you guys can also do that, all right? Yeehaw! No, I don't hear anything. Okay, great.
Yeehaw!
Thank you, Toastmaster Edward. Now, before we proceed with the meeting, I would like to call upon a very important man. He is in charge of the expansion business, you know. We in Toastmasters, we like to conquer more and have more members. He hails from a town across the sea known as Babco Toastmasters. He was a very important man over there, and now he is here with us for our major event. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome this man, the sheriff, the superhero, our club growth director, distinguished Toastmaster Khaled Abdullah. Let's all give a huge round of applause. Over to you.
No, wait, let me enjoy that.
I think I should continue playing that.
Yeah, sound of music.
Well, thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, ETM Alan Paul, for the lovely introduction. Let me recognize the presence of our immediate past District 20 Director, ETM Wafa, and the President of this club. Past District Director, ETM Dr. Hamad Makhlouf. Past World Champion of Public Speaking, ETM Edward. And for you, good morning, before I miss it.
Good morning.
An immediate past Division E Director and the current Club Extension Chair, ETM Murli Manohar, and all of the lovely members and guests over here, my brothers and sisters. Good evening to one and all. It's a wonderful atmosphere, looking at the Wild West photos all around and laugh out loud. This is exactly what Laugh Out Loud should be dressed. And I can tell you, if there is a joke, maybe this term, it would be definitely the CGD, because the CGD has been running like headless chicken for the past 3 months. And exactly that's what we focused on. The initial 3 months was focused on retention. And you know how difficult it is during such pandemic. I heard lots of members saying, well, Toastmasters is fantastic, but virtual meetings, not as much. And we know that we have so many members who were really struggling, be it in the health aspect, or be it an economic aspect. But let us look at it from the bright side. And let's just look at and relook at the value of money that we are investing in this virtual meetings, so-called virtual meetings. Now, who would have thought that even when the loved ones leave us, like DTM Murli, DTM Sam, and all the people around, and of course, DTM Edward, all the way from US, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Who would have thought that we still can connect and have a meeting? That's something really priceless. Myself and DTM Murli, and I thought I saw even DTM Fatima Abdo, and I could not even recognize her, immediate fast Division F director. A few days ago, we attended the Smedley Chapter 1. There's a celebration of the 96th anniversary. And during that time, I was looking at all of the videos, and I was saying, wow, I could not even dream that this is possible a year ago. And yes, it's not physical. Yes, we did not have dinner together. Yes, maybe we did not sit on a table. But look at all of these possibilities. It's really priceless. And I wouldn't really just pay that 17 dinars. Please translate it into KD. Is it 14?
15.
15 KDs. We spend that on a night, on a dinner. And look at all of such possibilities. So we are blessed, I think. So that was the theme for the first 3 months. Now, the focus would be, and the man of the hour is just in front of you right now, the club extension chair. So the focus for the coming 3 months would be extension. Currently, we are having 17 clubs which are inactive. 12 of them are corporate clubs, 9 of them having 0 membership. So now is the time for balancing it. Yes, we would definitely go back to those clubs and try as much as we can to assign coaches for those who can be assigned coaches. Of course, the zeros, ones we cannot assign coaches. And for those who we can revive, we would definitely try and strive to do that. But let's also balance it out. Let's look after opportunities. And I'm looking after all of the faces all around. I'm sure you would have a lead or so around you if you just look around and try to find opportunities around. And this is exactly what we need to do as a united family of District 20. It's definitely not the headless chicken running CGD role. It's definitely not just the club extension role. It's not just immediate past district director role. It's everyone's role to expand on that virtual meetings. Yes, we long to having our physical meetings, and this is soon is going to happen. But at the same time, I don't think you would find any cost-effective time now, especially for corporate, to start this beautiful journey. Let me just specialize something to this definitely special club. Thank you so much for being one of the gladiators of renewing 12 members before 20th of October. That's something really commendable, definitely during such difficult times. So now it is 15 members, and I'm sure it would be growing, and I'll be monitoring it day and night because that's what CGDs do, right? See, a past CGD is shaking her head, so she knows very well. Thank you so much for inviting me here. Thank you so much for letting me be here during such nice atmosphere, the Wild West. And yes, let's go have fun instead of hearing the tragedy that CGD is telling you about. Thank you so much for inviting me here, and over to you, Master.
Thank you, CGD Khalid. Let's all hear it, guys. Let's unmute ourselves and let's all clap and let's all say "Yeehaw" for him. All right, say that. Yeehaw. All right, let's keep that.
He
I don't know from where the crow came, but that was nice. All right. Thank you, CGD, once again.
That's
for those
not crow,
wonderful
that is eagle.
I don't know what it was, but it was funny and it made me laugh. And let's keep that enthusiasm alive. Now, before we proceed further, I would like to introduce a very important role player. He hails from another county known as Arab Open University Toastmasters Club. And he will be keeping track of the timing for today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a huge round of applause and welcome our timer for today, Toastmaster Sadiq Amiri. Over to you, Sadiq.
Thank you very much. Good evening, cowboys, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. This is Toastmaster Sadiq, timer for today's meeting. I will be timing the speakers from the beginning till the end. As you know, as a timer, I will raise the green card. Where is it? As you can see in my background, when you reach to the minimum time allowed, and then yellow card, yellow background when you reach to the mid time, and red background when you reach to the maximum time. Then you will have 30 seconds as grace period. Thank you very much, and back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadiq. Now, as our first segment is the stand-up comedy segment, can you please explain the timing rules for that as well?
Yes, for the stand-up comedy, speaker, DCM Sophia Morty. I'm sorry if I couldn't pronounce it well. You will have 5 to 7 minutes. I will raise the
Actually, sorry, Toastmaster Sadiq, but for all the stand-up comedy segment, that is with all the 4 speakers, Freddie, Nitin, Areej, and Bashir. Can you explain the timing rules for that, the 3 to 4 minutes?
Okay, the comedian. Okay, the
Yes.
comedian, sorry. 3 to 4 minutes. 3 to 4 minutes. I raise the green background when you reach to the 3rd minute, and yellow background when you reach to the 3.5 minutes, and yellow red background when you reach to the 4 minutes. And I wish all of you good luck.
Thank
We'll
you,
have 30 seconds as grace period. Sorry.
Great. Thank you for mentioning that, Toastmaster Sadiq. Yeehaw! All right. Now we start with our first segment, and I would like to request each and every one of you to unmute yourself and make it very interactive, because these are stand-up comedians, and you know how difficult it is to do stand-up comedy virtually. So let's please unmute ourselves. Let's be interactive. Let's give a response when it is required. And let's encourage our stand-up comedians as they entertain us and to make us laugh. Right? That's right. I can see a lot of you guys unmuting. Please unmute. Please switch on your videos. It's great to see all that. That's great. Perfect. Our first stand-up comedian for today is a cowboy, is a sheriff. He is fighting a lot of bandits out there, a lot of invisible bandits. Yes, the invisible enemy out there. He works as a nurse in Al Amiri Hospital, and he's also a great public speaker. And today he's here to make us laugh out loud. With a huge round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Freddie Towan. Freddie, the floor is yours.
The night before your big day, the day you're going to be married, you feel so restless. You are anxious and full of emotions. And of course, You are not able to think clearly as you are in love. And then you just hear the news. Freddie, your fiance run away.
Oh,
Has anyone been in that position?
no.
Yes. Rage is for you.
Toastmaster of the day, Toastmasters friends, guests, ladies and gentlemen, have a good day. Well, allow me to be part of this unsuccessful story. And if you can sip the good vibes and sweet tasting, spit it out if it's a bitter taste. Or you can gurgle it out.
Huh.
Better take it all if you can have and be ready all the time. Actually, I never thought about my marriage, or maybe I was just overwhelmed with the high-spirited platform of the Toastmasters International. Well, this is an opportunity. Let me tell you one of the most boring parts of my life. That's my marriage. I do hope this recording my wife will not be able to see because maybe she will divorce me after hearing what I did. Well, after my engagement with my fiance, who happened to be a complete stranger to me, wedded me as her husband, blessed with beautiful, pretty, and handsome children. Well, I might say they are lucky. They are the complete opposite of me. Just going back before marriage, I visited her in a far-flung area. Imagine just to drive for 12 hours, climb the mountains, swam an ocean filled with shark. You believe me?
Yes, I believe you.
And even rivers with crocodiles and piranha and Yahoo! Last, I reached her home, alive, but she was not there. She burst like bubbles, and almost I burst into tears. She planned to run away from me. She was heading to Manila. Thanks God, her sister's cooperation lead us to take her back again. So we walk from the town to that mountainside. And believe it or not, when I reached the village, we reached the area, a wedding feast was ready for us. Well, lesson learned. If you happen to have a girlfriend like from my wife's place, just a simple tip. Don't visit her, especially if you're not totally in love with her. It might be a shotgun marriage, a disaster for you. Believe it or not, you can be a barbecue of your own. So you can choose your own sauce. You can choose and eat your own flavor. My wife is alive. She told me she loves me, even killing me or making me, loving me as a 5 foot 2 inches and a half husband. I wish you be with your loved ones. Back to you.
Good on, Freddie. What an adventurous story. I love that. All the
5 feet
troubles
2
you went through.
inches.
And I feel many of the cowboy heroes were able to relate to your experience. Right, guys? Yeehaw! All right. Great. So our next stand-up comedian hails from India. He is a cloud engineer by day and a mosquito swatter by night. He lives a life full of irony as he watches a lot of TEDx and talks on being more efficient and learning new things, but ends up implementing none of them. Really? That is the intro he gave me. I feel he's a really great comedian and he is here to make us laugh. And looks like he is all set. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to laugh out loud? Let's welcome Toastmaster Nitin Bhagat.
Thank you so much. Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, do you love your name? Can you say yes or no if you love your name?
Yes.
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 Any nose? Any nose? No? All right, that's great. That's great.
No.
Okay, we do have. All right, no problem, no problem. So I am in love with my name. I think it's the most beautiful name in the world out there. Now you might think this is a self-brag, but let me give you reasons as to why I love my name. Yeah. First of all, can you see my name over here? Should be here or here somewhere, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my name.
Yeah, we can see that.
Just
Yeah.
look at my first name. Yeah, it's Nitin. Yeah, get drunk, read my name backwards. It's still the same.
Same.
It is. I'm telling you. Like if you read, like for example, my father's name is Santosh. Okay, Santosh. If I get drunk and read his name backward, first of all, he'll beat me to death. Second of all, his name will sound Hasotna.
Mustache.
Hasotna. Close enough. It sounds like a NASA discovered planet. But not my name. You have like 10 shots of vodka, then drink a bottle of whiskey, drink a bottle of rum, drink some petroleum also while you're into it. Get crazy drunk, read my name back, it's still the same. Just goes on to show, ladies and gentlemen, it is the most beautiful name in the world. Now, I have been getting a lot of special treatment because of this name that I have. Do you guys know of Tinder? Do people use Tinder in Kuwait? Any
What is
Tinder
that?
fans out there? Okay. people don't-
Tinder, the dating app.
Yeah, Tinder
I
is
know
a dating
Tinder.
app.
I use it.
That's that's awesome. So Tinder is a dating app. You get profiles. You right swipe a profile to accept. You left swipe profile to reject. And if the other person also right swipes on you, then it's a match. Okay. So in
Okay.
Tinder is basic Facebook profile. You have to give your name. You have to give your picture. You have to write about yourself so people are interested in you and stuff like that. Okay. So I went on Tinder the other day. I was just like, let's see what is happening. The supply demand ratio, how's it going over there? Went on Tinder, did not give a picture, did not give a bio. I just gave my name. Okay, I went on Tinder, I'm like Nitin. Submit. Tinder right swiped on me. Not even the girls. The app right swiped on me. Like when I created a profile on Tinder, there was a Tinder executive at my door, standing, dude, with this name, take the girls and go, dude. I was like, no, dude. Look at that Ghanshyam. He has been right swiping since 3 a.m. last night. Give him one profile, one match, one fake. Angel Priya. At least that. It was like, no, apparently name is not good enough. Ladies and gentlemen, why have I been rambling about my name for the last few minutes? It's because there's a lot of negativity and a lot of hatred in the world out there. Do we agree on that? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We always look for validation from outsiders, always looking for some sort of validation from them. I think it's time that we stop doing that. And I think it's time that we look at ourselves for some validation. Self-love. Yeah. Love yourself for who you are. Love yourself for the values that you hold. Love yourself for what you represent. And is there a better place to start with self-love than with your own name? Even if it sounds like a NASA discovered planet. On that note, for the last time, my name is Nitin. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nitin.
Yeah, ooh.
Yeehaw.
Let's hear from him and let's give him a big yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Great. Thank you, Nitin. All right. So let's give him the comments as well to the stand-up comedians, where they would love to improve on, what you loved about them. So let's give them that feedback as well, because the stand-up comedians are giving their best to us, right, to make us laugh. Moving on to our third stand-up comedians. We joined this organization to improve our communication skills. With her, I'm always having a miscommunication. I have no idea why. And this is how our friendship is. Yes. And looks like she's all set to make us laugh. Really? No? Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome one of the founders of Laugh Out Loud Toastmasters. Are you guys ready? Let's please unmute yourself and let's give a huge round of applause for our next stand-up comedian, DTM Arij Jaffer.
Yeehaw.
Ladies and gentlemen, by raising your hands, how many of you tested positive for coronavirus?
Yeehaw!
Seriously, Morley? Okay. Let me reframe the question. How many of you went through the PCR test?
Not
Seriously?
me.
Again? Okay,
No.
of course. Of course. Okay, another question. How many of you wants to do the PCR test?
No.
Oh,
No.
why? It's not, are you scared? Okay, let me tell you this. I had to do the PCR test, not once, but twice. Okay, so when they told me that I have to do the PCR test, I immediately ran to the best person who is one of the front liner.
Freddie.
Actually, he's face frontliner, doctor.
Oh, DTM Makhlouf.
He's a dentist, exactly, Dr. Muhammad Makhlouf. And I told him, yeah, doctor, I'm scared. I'm scared. And he said, why? It's nothing. They will put it inside your nose. And that's it. Well, let me tell you something about Dr. Muhammad Makhlouf. If you don't know, he's a dentist. And when I went to do my teeth with him, I was super scared of him. Did you see his hands? They are very big. How it will fit inside my mouth? But after his words, I felt relieved. So I went to do the PCR test, and I went to one of those drive-through PCR tests. And they told me that when I enter the parking, I need to go to the 3rd floor. When I entered, I found nurses holding envelopes, and they were asking me to move. I moved, I kept going, and then I found doctors, scary ones, waving for me to go ahead, keep going, keep going. Finally, I reached to the 3rd floor. All of a sudden, a group of doctors and nurses jumped inside my car with oxygen and injections, electrical shock device. And they said, open your nose. Open my what? Open your nose. Oh, I will. And you know, one of the nurses, she holded this big, huge metal stick with a small cotton, just as what Dr. Muhammad Makhlouf described. I immediately remembered his hands. You know, I still, whenever I take deep breath, I still can feel that my stomach is breathing right now. So the second time they asked me after 10 days, thank God I tested negative. They asked me that after 10 days, I have to do the test again. So I immediately blocked Dr. Muhammad Makhlouf. I don't want to interfere with him anymore. And I called another Toastmasters member, and that is DTM Ruhaina. She's also a frontliner. And you know what? She told me, don't worry, come to me. I was, okay. So I went to her, and I was waiting with the nurse, and I found myself in a small room with 10 people in one room. It was written on the wall, PCR test. Let's save coronavirus from humans. What the hell is that? And at once, with a special shooting gun, the nurse started Thank God that that metal stick entered my nose. Some people entered another places, but with me, it entered my nose. It never came out.
Oh my
However, after 3 hours, DTM Ruhaina sent me a message saying that your result is arrived and the virus tested negative from you.
Oh.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are scared, don't. It is fun. And Toastmaster Freddy, be ready. You are next. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Oh my God. Thank you for that stand-up horror show, DTM Arij. I'm never getting out of my house again. I would rather face bandits and cowboys rather than what you just went through. Oh my God. Thank you, DTM Arij. That brings us to the last comedian for today. This cowboy has been making a lot of noise, right? I don't think he's a cowboy. I think he's what is the other people? The Red Indians, right? That is the sound that he made. All right, yeah, and he is a person who loves biryani, cowboy who loves biryani, right? So let's all please unmute ourselves and give him a huge round of applause. And welcome Toastmaster Sheikh Bashir.
Hi guys, make some noise.
Yeehaw.
Hey, ooh, yeah, ooh.
Yeehaw!
Yeah. If you see me at first time, how do I look like?
You look like
Usually people don't like me. Don't tell any lies. I know that people don't like me.
even now.
Even now, yes. If you see, if you stay with me, if you speak with me, and if you sleep with me, not sleep, means stay with me. If you stay with me, then truly you hate me.
Oh.
Truly you hate me.
Why?
Then what happened? I take it everything easy. Everything easy. When I joined Toastmaster, I was eagerly waiting. Somebody will call me and give some opportunity to be any part of the event or contest. But to be honest with you, nobody called me.
Oh.
Whenever call comes from anything, immediately I will pick the telephone. I will say, yes, I am Toastmaster Bashir, having an experience of 3 consecutive years in Toastmaster. I am a vibrant Toastmaster. Take me. Other end, sir, we are calling from Coolpex. We have a new product launched in Kuwait. Do you want to take it? What nonsense is this? Okay. Later I came to know, I asked Toastmaster Murali, why I don't receive any calls. Toastmaster Murali told me, Bashir, Toastmaster will call you only through the WhatsApp. You were waiting for the normal call. I don't know why. Then I installed a WhatsApp. I was waiting for the call from the Toastmasters. Suddenly, one day, Toastmaster Tabassum Ali called me. He said, Bashir, next Thursday, will you be free? I said, she's ready to give some role. I was so excited. Yes, Tabassum, yes, I'm free, absolutely free. You can take me. What role? Please tell me which event, what role is that? I want to eagerly take that role. MC, you want to take me MC? For MC, we have the brilliant Toastmasters. It means I'm not brilliant. Okay, it means contest chair. You want to take me to contest chair? I'm so eager to take a contest chair. Contest chair, we have a nice Toastmaster. I'm not a nice Toastmaster. Okay, maybe some other role, like what role? Maybe timer? No, Bashir, timer need a perfect man. I'm not a perfect. Okay, what role it is that? She said, Sergeant Tom is okay for you? Sergeant Tom? Yes, Sergeant Tom have some speech role. I will open the meeting. I will rock in this meeting. She said, Bashir, you don't do that. You are not a chief sergeant at arms. You will be a sergeant at arms.
Bring food.
In this virtual meeting, the sergeant at arms, what will do? See, you will escort the people to the breakout room. Escort the contestant to the breakout room. So is it really required? This host is there. Host, the host will click this person. They will automatically will go. When they click again, they will automatically come back. So what is the role in that to taking them to breakout room? She said, Bashir, you have to watch them. You have to keep eye on them. Keep eye on them. I used to copy in my school days. How do I keep my eye on them? Anyhow, okay. I took that role. I went there. She was immediately said, Bashir, there is full of ladies. I said, okay, I will take a conversation. Bashir, there is full of ladies. You shouldn't talk with them. Tabassum Ali, do you think I'm a rapist? Do you think I'm a rapist? I was so angry. She said, Bashir, you are not a rapist, but you are a chain snatcher. Chain snatcher? Do I look like a nice chain snatcher? Okay, that too, okay, no problem. Nobody has a chain. I'm in virtual meeting. How do I pull this chain? Oh my God. This is the way people treat me, but I will take it everything easy. Take it easy. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Sheikh, for making us laugh. I got to say that Sergeant at Arms is one of my favorite roles. So I would give it to someone who is really dedicated, though. But that being said, if there are any MC positions or contest master roles, Sheikh Bashir is available, right? So let's give a huge round of applause for our stand-up comedians. Shall we?
It needs a smart Toastmasters.
He is intelligent and nice also.
Yes, he is. He made us laugh. Can we have all the reports, please? I can see you sipping your margaritas or your moonshine.
Yes, Toastmaster of the day. The first speaker, Toastmaster Fariddi, his timing was 3 minutes 50 seconds, and Toastmaster Nitin 3 minutes 50 seconds. Toastmaster Arij, unfortunately, she is not qualified. Her timing is 5 minutes 12 seconds, and Toastmaster Sheikh Bashir also unfortunately not qualified. 4 minutes 53 seconds.
Same, puppy, same, puppy, same.
One disqualified. We always do that. When we are disqualified, we would like to see anyone else also got disqualified.
You're making my ribs hurt.
Me too.
All right, everyone. Thank you, Timer Sadiq, for that wonderful report. And my ribs are actually hurting. I don't know whether it's because of laughing or because I have some gas problem, but whatever the case, my ribs are hurting. Let's move on to our next segment. And who do we have for our next segment? He is a person who has traveled the 7 seas from the other part of the world to join us today. And sorry for that slight technical glitch. He's a person who has joined us from the other part of the world. A cowboy, sheriff, and he is a lot of things. Yes, Sheikh, I can hear everyone's excitement. I believe everyone has their things unmuted. So let's hear that excitement. He is a professional motivational speaker, a lawyer, minister, writer, and the 2006 Toastmasters World Champion of Public Speaking, all rolled into one. In 2006, Ed competed and captured first place in Toastmasters World Champion of Public Speaking. And he holds the distinction of being the first and only African American from the state of Illinois to ever reach that plateau of success. This evening, it gives me great pleasure to introduce each of you to our speaker and fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmaster Edward E. Hearn. Let's give a huge round of applause, everyone, once again. Over to you, Edward.
Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters, and everyone who's tuned in, who's watching us today. I am just elated for the opportunity to be with you and to share in this little time of speaking as you have this wonderful time of stand-up comedy. Now, I was asked to do this originally by Areej Jafar. And she said, Ed, they need a speaker who can come and share in this time that they're going to be having. And I said, what's the name of it? And she said, stand up, laugh out loud, Toastmasters or something. I said, I'm not a comedian. I really don't think that I could assist them the way they might need. She said, I really wish you would do it. And I said, that's not my genre. I competed once in a humor speech contest, and I took third place. But it was actually at that contest that they told me to get in the international speech contest, which I won. But then Areej said, you know, Ed, I don't know if anybody's ever told you this, but you are a model speaker and you have such a warm personality. And I said, oh, that's so nice of you to say that, but I'll have to think more about it. Then I hear from Wafa Salam, and she's telling, you know, we're going to have this. Are you coming? And I said, well, I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. She said, I really hope that you would do it, Ed, because everybody in this region of the world knows one thing about you. And I said, what? She said that you are a model speaker and you have such a warm personality. I said, that's the same thing Areej told me. She said, all of our club members, everybody in this region of the world knows it, Ed. I said, okay, I'll do it. I'm preparing my speech to come and give you this keynote. And my business partner said, I understand you're going to be speaking at the Laugh Out Loud conference and all of this. And I said, yeah. He said, I got an email. They told me why they want you. And I said, you did? He said, yeah. He said, and you know what it said? I said, what? He said, they all say you are a model speaker and you have such a warm personality. Well, my ego was off the chart by now. And as I'm preparing the speech, something said, look up the term model just to stroke your ego a bit. And when I looked it up, do you know what it said? Model. Definition, a small scaled or cheap imitation of a real thing. That's what it says. I said, well, at least I have a warm personality. Something said, look up the term warm. I look up warm. You know what it says? Warm. Definition, not so hot. So I come to the conclusion that I'm the cheapest thing you guys could get with a not so hot personality. So I'm going to be brief today since I understand that, okay? But here's what I want to challenge you with. How do you inject humor to make an amazing speech? How do you go and inject humor into your speech that makes it profound? You see, a lot of people probably think like me. Either you give a humorous speech or you give a profound, meaningful speech. You think it's the either or. But in this little keynote time that I'm going to share, I hope to illustrate in your minds that it doesn't have to be an either or. It could be a both and. You have to do that by understanding the difference between comedy and humor. Now, you got some great comedians I could see from the presentations you had. You got some people who really know how to use it, and that's good. But see, I don't give humorous speeches, but that doesn't mean that you can't use humor within your speech. There's a difference between humor and slapstick comedy. Slapstick comedy is great, and I'm not trying to belittle it, but it's, you have to know the difference. I mean, I could walk out on stage and say, hey folks, what do you get if you get bitten by a frozen vampire? Everybody stops. What do you get? You get frostbite. Oh, well, come on, Ed. Hey, I ask them, does anybody know what's smarter? What animal is smarter than a talking parrot? Everybody goes, I don't know. You say, a spelling bee. Well, you know, that's good, but that's slapstick. You can't do that all day long if you want to get paid to give a serious speech. How are you going to do that? Well, you can use that humor to make serious points. When you know how to utilize humor, you can bring it into your speech and still illuminate the points that you're trying to make. So I just want to share with you 3 things that I'd like for you to keep in mind if you want to inject humor into your speeches and give an amazing speech in the process. Let's start with number 1. First, you have to find a way to connect with your audience and realize that it may not be as easy as you think. If you're going to use humor, you want to find it to connect with your audience, but you want to find what things the audience might find humorous. It must be appropriate. It must be something that hits the tickle bone, but something that you may have to practice doing. You know, it's not just telling jokes, and telling jokes are fine, but you want to connect with the audience. There's a story I once heard about a brilliant neurosurgeon. This brilliant neurosurgeon made millions because he was a preeminent neurosurgeon. Everywhere he went, he was driven by a lowly chauffeur, a very faithful man who drove him to every event he went to and sat in the back of the room. After taking the neurosurgeon to about 100 lectures, they were driving, and the chauffeur says to the neurosurgeon, you know what? I have heard you give that speech so many times, I probably could give it myself. The neurosurgeon said, well, this is very heavy material I give. The chauffeur says, I've heard it so much, I guarantee you I could do it. The neurosurgeon said, I'd like to see you do it. Oh, the chauffeur says, okay, let's switch uniforms. The neurosurgeon puts on the chauffeur's uniform, and the chauffeur puts on a white lab jacket with a stethoscope, and he poses as a neurosurgeon. He walks into the room of preeminent doctors, and he begins to give the lecture. He gives the lecture so well that it's better than the neurosurgeon does, and the neurosurgeon is amazed. But what the chauffeur didn't realize was that at that particular lecture, the doctors get to ask questions at the end. So when he finished his lecture, one of the doctors raised his hand very calmly and gave a very complex question to the chauffeur in the doctor's uniform. Suddenly, the room gets quiet. The chauffeur is poised, but yet he's frozen in fear. Finally, the chauffeur looks at the doctor and lets out a big laugh. Sir, the answer to that question, he says, is so simple. I'll let my chauffeur in the back of the room answer that one. And everybody starts laughing. Well, that's a story that connects, that if you practice something well enough, you can get it. You can give a humorous speech but make sure you polish it, you perfect it, you dust it off so that the audience connects with it and gets the meaning of what you're talking about. What's the second thing? If you're going to inject humor into a speech and have an amazing result, you got to stimulate the imagination of your audience. You got to take them on a journey. Sometimes you can use stories that really make the audience stop for a moment and think. I use a lot of self-deprecating humor. That story I told you about being a model speaker with a warm personality, that's just a joke. That didn't really happen. But you take the audience on a journey and they're following you. And then the ironic twist at the end is what gives it humor. All of a sudden, you find that you stimulate the person to think, and then at the end, bingo, they laugh. That's the power of humor. Somebody says, do you have to have humor in your speeches? Well, no, only if you want to get invited back. Yeah, you should have some humor. But you don't want to overly use humor because then your speech might not be taken as seriously. But when used effectively, when you stimulate the thoughts of the listener, humor is a very, very powerful tool. So first, you must find a way to connect with the audience. But secondly, you want to stimulate their thinking with the humor and take them on a journey that leads them to laugh a point in all that you're saying. But then the last and most important thing is this. If you want to inject humor into your speech and yet keep it amazing, you must entertain your audience, but never lose focus. Make sure that when you're telling the joke or you're telling the story or whatever you're using to make them laugh, that you don't lose focus of the larger point. You know, have you ever been in your house and decided you wanted to, ladies, make a cake and you need some milk? And so you go to the store. You get a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You get all of these things and you come home from the store only to discover that guess what? You forgot to get the milk. Why is that? Because you lost focus. You say, no, I've never done that. Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever been sitting in one room of your house and decided to go into another room to retrieve the scissors or whatever item you're going to get? You walk into the room, and as you get in there, you stand in the middle of the room and then stop and say, I came in here to get something, but I don't remember what I came here to get. What happened? You lost focus. You say, Ed, I've never done those things. Okay, let me ask you this. You ever been on your phone having a conversation? You are talking with your friend, they're talking to you, you are talking to them, and you want to make a profound point, but all of a sudden, you start to make a point and then you pause and say, what was I talking about? And your friend, if that's not insulting enough, you say that to your friend says, I don't know what you're talking about. Now, you've been talking for 45 minutes. You don't know what you're talking about, and they don't know what you're talking. Whoa, what a wonderful conversation. What happened? You lost focus. Well, I came to tell you when you're giving a speech, the same thing can happen. You can go down a rabbit trail, as my father would call it, and all of a sudden, people say, what is he talking about again? They don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You get lost. Well, when you tell a good humorous story, you get the people giggling, they're laughing, they're thinking, they're slapping their knee, they're saying, yeah! Don't forget what your purpose is. That is just a means to get to your purpose. When you fulfill the points and elements and significance of your speech, Well, I'm a lawyer. It's just like building a case before a jury. You lay a foundation, you put up the walls, you build the roof, and then you take it higher and higher and higher. And when you get to your climactic conclusion, you rest your case. You see, trying a case and giving a humorous speech, I've found, is a lot alike. You want it to be the very best it can be. And when you inject humor and make that speech profound, you hopefully, if you're in America and get to a place where you're in the West, when you get to the end, the whole room will say, yeah! And that's really how you give a humorous speech. Mr. Toastmaster.
Yay!
Thank you,
Yeah.
Captain Edward. Wow, what a speech. It's such a delight to keep hearing from you, you know? A pleasure.
My pleasure.
So, if anyone would like to give feedback, you get the, let's get the chat active, you know, let's keep that active, and let's always provide feedback whenever necessary. And now moving on to our next segment, that is the fun segment where everyone gets to be involved, especially the guests who have joined us today. We have a lot of guests who have joined us: Toastmaster Hadi from AOU, Toastmaster Patricia from Africa. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, we have a lot many Toastmasters who came and went, who looked at what is happening. A lot many who showed up for Toastmaster DTM Edward's speech. So it's always so nice to see guests coming up and seeing the speeches. And some of them also missed out on the stand-up comedy segment, but it's all right. We in Laugh Out Loud always has this segment. So keep coming back. We always have a lot of interesting speeches and stand-up comedians in Laugh Out Loud Toastmasters. Moving on to our next segment, you all know this Toastmaster. He is a brilliant stand-up comedy evaluator. And today, he is going to be our table topics master. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put a huge round of applause and welcome Toastmaster Srinivas Dhalapathy. Yeehaw!
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters of LOL, my dear guests who are present online tonight, I welcome you all for the meeting of LOL, meeting number 49. May I request the host to allow me to share my screen, please?
It's allowed now.
Then after that, what is to be done? Thank you so much. I prefer keeping my video off in order to see that, the bandwidth is far and wide. Tonight's table topics will go with the theme of the day, the Wild West. I will explain the scenario to 5 or 6 of the members whom I have chosen who would speak. Speaker number 1 would be Murali Manohar. Speaker number 2 would be TM Hadi. Speaker number 3 would be Wafa Salman. Speaker number 4 would be Patricia. Speaker number 5 would be Ola Rashid. And speaker number 6, none other than our Club Growth Director, Khalid Abdullah, who has joined us from Bahrain.
Nice.
Ola, can't, Sirini, take Jiffin instead. Ola, she can't participate.
All right.
Take Jiffin,
okay. Jiffin is in place of Ola.
Yes.
Jiffin, you will be speaker number 5.
Okay.
The scenario is very simple. It is on your screen. You all belong to the Bummers gang. Two of you would enter the Wild West Bank and scream loudly, "Hold! It's bank robbery! Everybody on the floor except the cashier." Now, when the robber turns towards the cash counter, what he or she finds is the cashier is missing. I would like to have speaker number 1, Murali Manohar. If he is the one in the place of that robber, what would be his reaction? And I would want you to add a humorous connotation to your speech. And timer, please note, his timing is 1 minute. At 30 seconds, you will show green, and at 1 minute, you will show red card. And there ends Murali Manohar's speech. Over to you, Murali.
Thank you very much, the bank manager. Hold on. It's bank robbery. Everybody on the floor except the cashier. Cashier, I need money. I need to pay for the membership fee of Laugh Out Loud. If I don't take money from you, believe me, they will throw me out. I have so many people behind me also who are waiting to expand the club membership. So they also need money. Make sure that you leave something for them also, but I need more because I'm a member of 9 different clubs. If I don't renew my membership, remember, the club will be affected, the DCP will be affected, and we will not be able to get the so-called new awards which we have launched in the club growth division. And believe me, my boss is behind. He's waiting to make sure that we rob equally and make sure all the clubs are in good standing, because our members have to attend the contest. We may not be able to participate in the contest because we are in the leadership role, but there are some people like our Alan Paul, who is aiming to be the international world champion of public speaking on humor category. He is going to compete with the Edward now, who has changed from the lawyer to the this profession. So cashier, remember, if you don't give me money, not only I will kill you, I will be thrown out. Over to you.
Hadi, you will start from where Murali ended.
So I'm a robber, right? I'm a thief?
Yes, you're a robber. And you will start from where Murali ended.
Yeah,
You
so...
are the distinguished
He's going to kill the cashier.
I'm sorry?
He's going to kill the cashier if he doesn't get the money.
Yeah.
And the scenario is the cashier is missing. He's not there in the place.
Okay, so basically I'm Murali's partner, right?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, Murali, don't kill the cashier. He might have some kids to feed. It's not his fault. And as a banker, he's permitted, or like he's forced to give you the money. So I have an idea. Instead of killing the cashier, how about we take him as a hostage and ask for a pledge of $1 million? This will be much better for you and for the clubs. And I also have one more. One more idea. So we will not kill the cashier. We will kidnap him and steal his car. This way, instead of wasting a bullet, we will have $1 million KD and a car to sell in Sikrab of Amgara. So yes, Murali, get your stuff. Let's get the guy and run away, and that's it.
Thank you, Adi. DDM Wafa Salman, you will start from where Hadi ended.
Hadi and Murali, we are here to take the money from the bank. Don't give excuses. With one move, I will put my hand behind the cashier. Even if he's lost, I will find him and will take him. And you will follow me with the money. We are here to make a mission. And the mission will be done by taking action immediately. So stop talking, start doing, go get the money, give him the bag, and I'm taking the hostage with me. Back to you.
Very strategic, our president.
It's time for Patricia.
Hello.
You will start from where Wafa ended. DTM Patricia.
Am I a bank officer or I'm part of the robbery?
No, you're a robber. You're part of the bummers gang.
All right. Just watch the steps. Don't press the alarm bell. And please, don't move. Don't scream. All I need is your cooperation in this. So choose life or death. And the time is now. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Very simple strategy.
Great. Jeffen, step in.
Jeffen.
Please time Jeffen. Somebody has to time
Yes.
Jeffen.
Yes. Where should I start?
Oh, you're not.
You're
You're part
hell
of the bummers gang.
Oh, I'm in Wafa's gang. So I'm the robber. I'm the person who is going to take the cash.
Yep.
So,
And the cashier is missing.
The cashier is missing. All right. I will get a drone up to go in search of the cashier so that we can loot the cash. I heard there are gold biscuits inside. So we have to somehow get the cash because we need the cash to run the club. We need the cash to run the club and we have no cash in the club. So we need some cash and we can't ask anyone else also. So we need the cash as soon as possible, even if it's the cost of his life.
What?
So yeah.
You
No,
want
over
Starbucks
to you.
coffee or something.
In front of CGD, announced all these things.
We were scared from Patricia, and then he came with the cookies and.
So is it time for the PQD to come in? Oh, sorry, the club growth director, CGD.
It's my turn, of course.
Yes.
Of course. Thank you so much, friends.
Your clubs are not doing well without the cash.
That's exactly what we have to do. I just we need cash. We need cash to attract members. And thank you, brothers Jeffen. This is exactly what you need to do. And we will start with your own club. DTM Murli, what are you doing here? You are the club extension chair. Run for your life. Do something. This is an opportunity. We never had that much money. We really need to do something. But whoa, hold on. Let's just remember, we are all here Toastmasters. Integrity comes first. Respect comes next. Service and excellence. So let's just return all the money back and let's enjoy our Toastmaster journey. Over to you.
Thank you so much, all the participants. Excellent. Back to the Toastmaster of the day, Alan Paul.
What a
We have
gang you
some more
have.
time, table topics master, so we can have more participants. We have some more time.
Can I be part of the gang?
Yes, please. So you
What the hell
start
are you
from where?
doing, guys, here? What the hell are you doing? Are we robbing the bank or we are going to explain for them why we are robbing the bank? Are you guys serious? Just take the money and let's go. Move. Kill them all. Alan. Yalla. And DTM Khaled, you stay there with Morley. We don't need you in the gang anymore. And come on. Wafa, Patricia, you two come with me. Forget all about them. Are you guys serious? You are explaining that we need members and integrity. Seriously? What integrity in this time? Toastmaster Srinivas, if you are the person behind all of this, so this is for you.
Done.
Thank you so much, Ari, for that wonderful, funny connotation to the whole episode. Do we have enough? Do we have more time?
Yes,
I
we do.
guess no.
We have some more time. We have some more time. Please continue.
Okay.
Let's involve as many members as possible.
We want Edward also to be part of the robbery team.
Well, it is time for Edward.
Edward Makloof.
It's time for Edward, part of the Bummers gang. DTM Edward.
Edward run away. He ran away.
He ran away.
He doesn't want to
Took
be
the
part of
money.
it.
He took the money.
Let's have DTM Makloof, the chief. DTM Makloof.
Dr. Makloof.
DTM Wafa, DTM Arij, DTM Shrini, everybody prepared everything. But you forgot the main thing. DTM Khalid spoke about the members, everything. But one main thing we didn't arrange for. We didn't arrange who will call the police. We need somebody at the end, call the police so they can come early. Why to stay and wait for them? I guess I am the one who will do this job. So don't worry, guys. You rob the bank, I will call the police. Now we have a good plan. Let's go for it. Srinivas, don't do table topics again.
Sam!
Thank you so much. Back to you.
Sam! Let's have Sam in.
Boss, please listen to me. Today, the people who have come to the bank to rob you are all lunatics. They're all part of a group called Toastmasters. So don't listen to any of them. Your money is very, very safe with me. Just hand it over to me. And let's form a new Toastmaster club in this bank, the Robbed Bank Toastmasters Club. And all of you can become member of that club.
Oh my God.
There is an offer for you guys. There is an offer. We are not going to shoot any of you, but you just have to pay fees for 4 members more in each of the club. That's all.
Good
I
offer.
will not kill any of you. I will not kill any of you. All your lives are saved. All your money is very safe. And we will have a new Toastmasters club also, with all of you as members. And whenever a person comes to withdraw money from your bank, make him a member. Don't disburse all the money. Keep the membership fees and balance only you give it to them. Your club will grow a lot. Over to you.
Let's have the event chair as a conclusion. Nahida, your contribution.
So I will be the cashier or the gang.
You're all robbers.
راحت الجانج.
Gang.
الله يكفي يا gang.
Okay, thank you so much, all the Toastmasters, for your wonderful speech. And before that, of course, having the, what do you call, greeting and everything. I did not know, I'm the only one in the group who does not have any idea what we came for. I just came with the whole group. I did not know what we came for. But with the attitude, I see that our Toastmaster Club has gone from the mission to provide a positive learning experience to the negative learning experience. And now we are learning to rob the bank, and we are going to rob the bank, but in a nice, respectful way. That's why we were all behaving, because with our behavior, you could say, she's Toastmaster. That's it. She is Toastmaster. With honor, good afternoon, Toastmaster. She's Toastmaster. Do not mind them. Just give them the money and let them go. You can stop speaking. Thank you. Back to you.
Rob the bank with an image.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Back to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Table Topics Master, for that beautiful script. I think if there is any screenwriter over here, they will take this and make it into a movie. Actually, I can see DGD Khalid taking down some notes. Like, this is a good idea. He
He's very
completely
happy.
approved this. So
He's
brilliant
very
idea,
happy that
guys.
DTM Alan is very happy that a new club is getting formed.
Yeah, I would be scared to withdraw from that bank ATM though. Great, thank you everyone. And I could see 2 timers over here. I think we only need 1 timer. So timer Sadiq, you are ready, right? You are timing. So that's good. Great. Okay, so Sadiq, is everyone qualified?
We had 10 participants. Only DTM Morley was not qualified. If you want, I will. Yeah, if you want, I will say who is qualified.
So the one who started the robbery is not qualified.
Yeah, he is the main inspiration behind this.
He went to jail.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sadiq, for the time.
No, he was putting the plot of the story, so it took different time. The Toastmaster of the day should have done that.
Yeah, true.
Actually, I thought I am in the debaters club and I was explaining my role as a captain.
Thank you.
I remember that I killed him and DTM Khalid. Why they are still alive? Like, I killed them already. What's happening?
Eventually, Toastmaster of the day and the president of the club, I raise a motion to include DTM Morley in the voting.
Thank you, sister.
I second.
I third.
All in favor, raise your hands.
Great.
Yeehaw!
Hey, yeehaw! So approved. Moderator, are we having the poll now or towards the end?
Yes, it's ready now. Ready.
It's ready now? So
He is
let's
ever
launch
ready.
it then. Let's launch. Let's vote before our superstar stand-up comedian comes on stage all the way from India. Sam, doesn't feel like you're in India, you know? You're still here.
Thank you.
I also feel I'm here only in block 10.
Is it a
Murli, I
compliment?
can't believe, you know, every time you tell me you are not in Kuwait, I'll be like, huh? It doesn't feel like that at all.
Yes.
Actually, I
Sam,
keep
do you
seeing
still-
you more than I
there
see
is-
my colleagues.
Sam, there is cockroaches there?
No.
They're waiting
only,
for you.
Only me.
You leave them in Kuwait?
Yes.
In Durar.
Okay, great.
All
As
right.
long as they are happy.
10 more seconds to go. 2 more votes pending.
See, if you know about Indian population, I cannot tell that joke now. Roaches are not there.
And thank you. That brings us to the end of the poll. I think, Sam, you can hold on to the jokes until I introduce you.
I'm not telling any joke.
Of course. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a gentleman, a cowboy, who had left our country. But despite that, he is still with us. His jokes are evergreen. And who better to show us about how a stand-up comedy has to be delivered than our own DTM Satyamurthy Ramanujam, who we lovingly call DTM Sam. Let's give a huge round of applause and welcome DTM Sam.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
Over to you, Sam.
I wish Alan was there immediately after I joined Toastmasters. You know, he would have called me on the first day itself lovingly DTM Sam. I don't have to do 40 speeches to become DTM. Just to lovingly get called DTM Sam. You know, the COVID time started, every company started to do the cost cutting. So we had a virtual meeting in our office. My boss called, Sam, we have to cut cost. I said, sir, when are you resigning? If you resign, not only we will cut big cost, Also, the project that we are doing, it will be successful. Because if we continue, the project will fail. Any case, you have to resign. So it's better you resign now. You will cut cost, and we will also have a good project in our hand. You see, then I decided one good way to cut cost will be me resigning from the company. And before resigning, I sent out a notice, 6 months notice to all the people in Kuwait whom I knew, to say that I am leaving the country. My hope was, besides the indemnity, I will get a fat sum as farewell money from people. Because I know in the past, I have contributed 55 KD for many people. So that was my time to recover my cost. So many people I sent, and you know what they did? They did a Zoom meeting and sent me pictures of 20 KD notes. That was the farewell I received. And in my office, I had a farewell. In the farewell, everyone spoke so eloquently. Then only I knew things I thought I never did. They said I had done that. Sam, you are a great decision maker. Sam, you are the best leader we have ever worked with.
Wow.
You know, when we come to you, you dispose of files very fast. I was like feeling like a Picasso's drawing, you know. And Picasso drew, he never felt what people will interpret about that. I was going to the office and I was doing something, I was getting interpreted in many, many positive ways than I ever felt I was doing. I thought I was going to the office and coming back home, only sitting there and doing a lot of Toastmaster work. But they are thinking that I am doing office work. And they will come and knock my door and say, sir, are you busy? I should not disturb you. How can I tell them that I was doing LOL club work? Yeah. Arij is in the other line. See, and I'm writing the stand-up comedy material. When you decide to leave the country, the biggest problem comes for you is disposing of things. All your, 12, 13 years you live in one place, you accumulate so many things in your house. And whenever I was such an idiot, whenever somebody was leaving the country and they've sent pictures of what they want to sell, I was first person in their door. Go and check what they have and buy. So I kept on buying. So I bought about 8 tables, 7 double cots, about 20 chairs. Then after that, I started living in the hotel. Now, when I want to sell things in my house, I am sending photographs of each item. Nobody is calling me to buy any of these items. Now my landlord is saying, you have to give back the house empty. Now I cannot dispose of all these things. When everyone was selling, I was buying. When I am selling, nobody is buying. One person called, sir, I want to buy your item, but I am fearful. Will there be COVID in that? I said, there is no COVID, only me. Don't worry. And then in frustration, I went and put an advertisement in Facebook that Kuwait buy sell. I put an advertisement. There is a wardrobe, there is this queen's bed, this kitchen item, so many things I put, and then said these are all for sale, for free.
Free.
5 people came on my personal chat. Sir, is it really free? I said it is free. How much? I said it is free. No, I'm asking how much you will pay. How much you will pay for this? I'm not paying anything. This, and then once your farewell is finished and you are back at home, then also nobody leaves you. They call whenever you pick up the phone, there is a WhatsApp message. Sam, I hope you are doing great in India. Yeah, I am doing great. How are you? So how are you spending your time? Why should I spend my time? It's not in my wallet. If I sit quietly, it will spend. I don't have to do an effort to spend time. No, why should you do an effort? Time moves on without your effort. People don't listen to that. The only difference I have found now is that now I can knock the door and I can see my son answer my call. Because when I was in Kuwait, the sons have a different opinion about dads. Dads are stupid. I call from Kuwait, they just don't pick up the phone. You send a message, they don't read it. And they don't reply. Now, I am a smart cookie, right? What I do, they know my mobile number, so I went and bought a new mobile number from Orido. So I put that mobile number in another mobile and called through that. Even then, he is not picking up. Then I called my neighbor's house and told, please call my son. I want to talk to him. My neighbor goes and knocks the door and brings my son. I said, I am calling you from another number. How did you find I am only calling? He said, I know about you. I know you will buy another phone and call me. But don't disturb me. We are very busy. What is the busyness you have, son? No. But for them, I am the password for the ATM. I am the password for the ATM. But I change the password. What they do, they use my wife as the password. Because she knows all the way, whatever tough password I put, she can open it with few words only. He is our son. Someday he is going to give you back. Give the money. So you keep giving the money. The locker password is known to the wife only. Now, when you are calling the people, it's not only the sons who don't pick up the phone, Even if you call your friend, he doesn't pick up the phone. You call him again, he won't pick up the phone. Now you call him the third time, his phone is engaged. You keep the phone, now his call comes. You try to pick up, 3 rings, he keeps the phone down. Now again you call him. Now at the same time, both of you are calling each other. So both the phones are engaged. After half an hour, I think, let me call now. At least now he will pick up the phone. Now what he is also thinking at the same time that he has to call me. So it happens like we call, he calls, I call. In the end, we never talk to each other. Finally, he sends a WhatsApp message. Sam, I tried to return your call. It was always engaged. With whom you are talking? I was not talking to anyone. I was talking to engaged tone. Very interesting. Now after I come back here, people are asking, so what are you going to do? Everyone is very interested in asking questions only. Sam, are you retired now? Permanently retired? Boss, I am not coming to take your job. Leave it, no? Let me have a retired life. So what are you going to do? I'm not going to do anything. Anything? Nothing you are going to do? Yeah. Okay, you start a Toastmaster club in India. So if you start a Toastmaster club, you don't have to do anything. And then these WhatsApp messages we keep sending to each other, there is a huge problem in, say, as you grow older and all the touch screens, the keyboards become very small in the touch screen. There is something you intend to type and something else gets typed. And you, before you realize you typed something wrong, you already sent the message. And you try to correct the message. Then you realize nobody has read that message. So why you have to correct? So you correct the message and send a new one. There also there is a mistake. Then you want to correct the second mistake also. By the time you correct the mistake, somebody else has come and posted some other message and the entire group is busy in answering that one. They have ignored you totally. You are not there. The only time they remember that you are existing is on your birthday. I think it is like biscuits that are thrown to the dogs, On your birthday, they will say happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. So in that whole happy birthday messages, you keep staying in that group. And then what you do, one day you get very angry and you leave the group. Like I have done few times with Toastmaster official and social group. After you leave the group, you wait for some more time, and see someone is coming and pacifying you and take you back to the group. If nobody comes, and then they test your patience. Nobody comes and calls you. You think what a foolish thing you did here. You left the group and nobody is calling you back. So I did a new technique for that. I took a second number. I joined through 2 numbers and left from 1 number.
Oh, so you're still there in the group.
Just to see what they are talking after I leave. Then I found they are saying it is very nice that he left already.
Oh, no.
Before you say Sam is talking too much, I hand it over to you.
Oh, come on.
Thank you, Sam. Let's give a huge round of applause for Sam and to totally relatable incidents. Wow. Sam, which is your other number? We need to kick that person out.
I'm not going.
Yes, did Sam exit the group? Put him back on. I think people must have forgotten. Oh, great, Sam. We
Sam,
really
can I
miss
add you in the group?
No, you have to come in private message and ask me why did you leave? We are missing you.
Okay,
Please
I will add you in the group now. Official.
So, all right. Thank you. So that brings us to the end of our segment.
Oh, I spoke
Now-
11 minutes. Good. It's good. Okay.
We didn't know time flying actually. He spoke for 11 minutes. Wow.
I hope I spoke well. Huh? Thanks.
Oh yes, we are totally able to relate to whatever you were saying, you know. Yeah. Now, with that being said, let's call upon our event chair who was responsible for organizing this whole month of activities. He has put in a lot of efforts and you can clearly see that. With a round of applause, let's welcome our event chair and the current VPPR of Laugh Out Loud Toastmasters, Toastmaster Nahida Yasmin. Toastmaster Nahida, where are you? I don't see you anymore. Where's Nahida?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Yeah. Good evening, special good evening to our Club Growth Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah. Good evening to all the Toastmasters and good evening to the guests. Thank you so much for joining this event today and making this event really lovely and wonderful and shining it. So we are coming almost to the end of the event, and this is having the final event. If you really, really enjoyed it so far, give me a yeehaw.
Yeehaw!
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 Yeah.
That's okay. Just give me a few seconds. Yes. Thank you so much for joining, and now we will be giving the certificates to the ones who has made appropriate impact to this event. So I will be sharing my screen. So guys, can we have a big shout out when we call out each and every participant's name? So first of all, I want to thank Toastmaster Freddie Tion for taking part in the stand-up comedy. Please give a big shout out.
Yay. But he is not there. He has gone out. He informed.
Doctor's work, but it was wonderful to have him. Thanks to Toastmaster Nitin Bhagat all the way from India. Can we have a shout out?
Hey, Nitin.
Next we have
Yay, woo.
Toastmaster Sheikh Bashir.
Ice
Thank you
cream
so much, Toastmaster Sheikh Bashir, for speaking show.
Harish was.
Did you skip me just now?
No, we didn't skip. Oh yes, I think we did. And thanks so much to DTM Arish Jaffer for giving.
Take care of your nose, Hari.
It's fault, not mine.
Thank you.
Now I know that we do not have our star of the event, but still we would share the recording. So can we have a loud, big cheer for DTM Edward Hearn? Public speaking to for giving a keynote speech, a wonderful speech today. We are going to take home some wonderful tips and all the things that he has said and shared with us today. I'm sure we are going to add into our experiences and use it and utilize it for our speeches in Toastmasters. Yeah, can you have a yeehaw? Next, I would like to thank our special stand-up comedy performer for today, DTM Satyamurthy Ramanujam. Can we have a yeehaw?
Yahoo!
A big shout out.
I'm adding him in the official group.
We will share it in the group. Thank you so much. And now I would like to give a big thanks to DTM Ellen Paul, our TMOD of the Wild West and the stand-up comedy show.
Thank you.
Hey, yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
Next, I would like to give the certificate of appreciation to our host of today, DTM Fatima Abdo. Can we have a big yeehaw?
Yeehaw!
Next, I would like to present the certificate of appreciation to our timer of today, Toastmaster Sadek Amiri.
And timer 2 also.
Thank you so much for keeping up. We are almost going to end the meeting, I think, end the event today early. Next, I would like to present the certificate of appreciation to Toastmaster Srinivas Chalapati for the bank robbery story of the Wild West. We have a now for him.
Woo!
Next, we have. Next, I present the certificate of appreciation to our Sergeant at Arms who took up the role and opened our meeting, Toastmaster Jeffin Jacob.
Yay!
Not taking.
No, today it is Jeffin.
No, next time.
I'm sorry if my net is a little bit slow, I think. Next, I would like to present, yes, the final thing. The final, let's find who was the best robber in the Wild West bank robbery. Any guesses? I think everyone must have at least had a peek on my next slide.
Murli.
The one who
Ramanujam.
yes, the one who would make a club.
Any guesses for the winner of the best robber of the Wild West bank robbery?
I don't know. The one who calls the cops, Dr. Muhammad.
Although I killed them all.
Let me present the best table topic speaker of today. The stand-up comedy show is DTM Satyamurthy Ramanujam. Can we have a big round of applause for him?
Oh, great. So, Sam, now it is high time you join the official group. I'm adding you.
Official group
Can
of
I?
what?
Toastmasters, not the robber.
After I killed all of them, so no one voted. I should leave you alive, guys. So
Sorry for my connection.
Any mistake?
So I'm sorry for my net connection. I think I almost went out telling the robber's name. So thank you so much, everybody. And
Sam, do you mind me adding you in the official group?
I think Murliji won't leave you unless you are added. Thank you,
Only
Evan
add
Chair.
him, add him. You don't have to seek his permission. Add him.
Okay,
All
done.
right. Evan Chair.
Let's continue our
back to
meeting,
you.
leaders.
Evan Chair, are you handing it over back to me or? Hida?
hand it over to the Toastmaster today.
Thank you. Thank you. And a huge congratulations to all the role players who had made this a wonderful success, and to the audience, the ever supportive audience, for cheering the stand-up comedians, for cheering the ones who came to speak, and for opening your hearts and making it a very vibrant and fun-filled meeting. With that being said, this is me, Cowboy Alan, signing off, and I would like to hand over back to our dynamic president of the club, DTM, Wafa Salman.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Alan, for running the show in an amazing way. You kept the vibes high and you moved till the end. We are still laughing and we are still having the energy. Woohoo for you. Now, thank you very much. And this is, I see, it's a great success for the project of Nahida, as this is her HPL, and she will do a presentation in next meeting about what's happened in her project. And now let's listen from the guests for their comments and if they are willing to join our club. So we don't need to rob the bank. We can have members without robbing bank and killing people and taking hostage. Can I hear from the guests how they see our meeting and if they are willing to join our club, which is a unique club in Kuwait and in District 20. We'll start by Hadi. Did you enjoy our club meeting?
Yeah, of course. It's not my first time here. I'm actually sitting with a timer here, Sadiq. So yeah, it was a really wonderful special meeting, especially with the bank robbery scheme. And
That's
yeah,
good.
I'm hoping to see you more in the future, hopefully.
You're welcome anytime, Hadi.
Thank you.
And
Thank
our
you
PR, keep on inviting him, please. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
sure.
Patricia, our elite debater member,
Yes.
how did you see our club now tonight?
Well, thank you so much. It was fun, different from the usual. I love fun. I love being in the moment. I liked the fact that it had a theme and people were happy all through. So I enjoyed every moment. Thank you for organizing and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, Patricia, and the pleasure is ours. Hope to see you in our club and hope you think of joining as well. Who's our next guest? Sam?
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah.
It's good. This is the first full meeting I have attended since I came to Kuwait. Came to Chennai from Kuwait. I had to lock the door and tell none of my family members to come and disturb me. It's a good experience, and I am attending this LOL Club meeting after a long time, I think. So I hope I did justice to the role I was given. I had less time to prepare actually. I spoke, you see, I just had few bullet points noted down and I spoke kind of extempore. So,
This
I hope
is the built-in comedian inside you is speaking.
if I write a script and practice, it could be much better. So I hope I did justice to whatever I did today. Thank you so much, and I will sign off with your permission if you don't have any
Yes,
problem.
you may, and we
Because
really enjoyed
it's already,
having you here.
it's already 11 o'clock here. So
yeah,
thank you.
You're
Thanks
welcome. Good night.
and thank you everyone.
Miss you,
Thank
Sam.
you. Bye bye.
Keep on visiting us.
But you sent the 20 KD note in the WhatsApp. Bye bye.
Bye.
See, what I will do once the corona is over, I will come on a visit visa and do a proper farewell and really give me some money.
Good one.
Bye bye.
Thank
Bye.
you, Sam. Bye. Sadiq.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye, Sam. Sadiq,
Good night, Sam.
how did you enjoy being a timer in our meeting, Sadiq?
Hello, DTM, Wafa, fellow Toastmasters. It was a really great meeting. It wasn't my first time, of course, and will not be my last time also. I really enjoyed my time in your wonderful club and meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sadiq. Thank you. And now, last but not, we have Tabassum here. Last but not least, our CGD. Give us your feedback about our meeting.
Gayatri just joined.
We also have Gayatri.
Taboo.
Yeah, I just joined in hoping to catch up with the meeting, but I think it's just the finale going
You
on.
missed lots of fun. Yee-hoo for you. Yeah.
No, actually, I had a Tall Tales workshop in Saudi Arabia. So I was over there. I couldn't attend today.
Why you're telling tall tales now?
What?
Have a stand-up comedy and you're saying
Let's hear from our CGD. Let's hear from our CGD the feedback. CGD, floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam President, Immediate Past District 20 Director. Wafa Salman, well, what can I say? I mean, looking at the stars all around and all of the jokes. To be very frank with you, before joining, I was not totally in the mood. It was really a long day today at work, but when I joined, I forgot all about work and I just enjoyed the meeting from the start to the end. It was really awesome. Thank you so much for being such leaders in such difficult times and drawing smiles on our faces. I think that's really what we need to have. So thank you so much, Madam President.
Thank you, our CGD, gracing our meeting, and we were happy that you accepted the invitation and you stayed with us from the beginning till the end. Really appreciate that, and that's what we always look up to you and your leadership. And we are under your leadership and for the members' sake and service. Thank you very much for attending our.
I have a question for him. Since you are the CGD, so you won't say no to the form that Jiffin might send it to you, right?
Oh my God.
It's fine, but I do have a list of membership forms pending. So, and one of them is a membership
Yours
form
is unique.
DTM Murli sent me as well, and he's still chasing me for. So.
Morley is stealing all the members. That's not right.
But yeah,
I'm doing my job from India.
I'm sure this club would be in good form.
Thank you.
With or without me, so I'm sure
this club will keep on moving, and that's the uniqueness of the club will make it different and differentiate from others.
Our
So
president is district director, immediate past.
Exactly.
There is weightage in our
That's
club.
the funniest part. That's the funniest part.
No, but your humor has gone amazing.
A lady who cannot create humor but can inject humor in us.
Oh, thank you, dear.
How was the stand-up comedy? Who won today?
There's no winner. All of them are winners.
Formality.
Me,
All are
don't
winners.
ask.
Yeah.
No winners.
No,
All
it's
of them
me,
are
don't
winners.
ask يا تبسم.
I hope there's a recording available. I missed it today.
And the recording is there and you will watch it. We will put it on our channel. Don't worry.
Actually,
We
it
missed
was
your
about
presence
you,
though.
Tabassum.
We missed
It was
your
about you.
presence.
I
We
didn't
roasted
remember.
He was talking about you.
Tall
know,
tail, not tall. Lambi, lambi.
Okay, so without further ado, I enjoyed the meeting as usual with our club and Jury Club, and thank you very much for attending. And by that, looking forward to see you in our next meeting. Is there anything
Sharp
to be announced
8:30.
before adjourning?
Nothing.
Okay, let's adjourn the meeting. Thank you very much.
8:30, sharp 8:30.
Thank you, everyone.
Wafa.
And have a good night.
Thank you.
Sharp on the dot.
Okay, let me take leave. It's 11 o'clock
Please
here.
take
I have
off.
to.
Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
I have to
Thank
leave.
you so
Bye-bye.
much,
Good
everyone,
night.
Bye.
for the invite.
Bye.
Good
Thank
night.
you, everybody.
Good night.
And
Bye.
please